Hey there, this is Dr. Joy Lewis. So excited to have you guys here joining me. You're getting a special treat because I am doing a module with my clients from my boot camp. So you're going to get to hear some of that. This module is really called Stay in Your Lane. Know where you're at, know where you're going, know just where you're at right now. So basically, my one of my coaches, Danielle Leslie, who teaches Build Your Course from Scratch, I learned this from her. Okay, so I always like to give credit where credit is due. And so what she talked about was that what are your lanes, right? There are 4 lanes, y'all, right? And so first of all, whatever lane you're in, you got to first walk before you run, okay? And you want to stay in your lane. So you want to think about it. You kind of start, and now that I think about, okay, you want to start, the place where you might start is that you're a hobbyist, okay? Hobbyists are focused on getting results, y'all. Something tangible. What are the results that you're actually getting? Now, if you're a hobbyist, you might have a great idea, but you're just not getting paid yet, right? You don't have the money yet. You are not getting that money yet, right? And then you move to the next level, which is professional. In a professional, you learn how to get money, how to use your unique position of what you're bringing to your thing. So for instance, I do coaching, but my particular coaching is grounded in radical self-care first, right? There are lots of coaches out there. People will show you how to do particular things, but they're not necessarily concerned about how are you grounded? Did you take care of yourself? And so you'll get to hear from some of my clients today, but even like we did our boot camp. We're here, we're starting, and we needed to make sure we had eaten breakfast, that we had gotten here, that we had taken care of ourselves, that we stopped and ate. And some other people might be like, we just need to get to. No, because if you don't get out there and do the things you need to do, that's going to be a problem. Okay, professional. Learn how to get that money. What's unique to you? Who are your customers? And what's your core offer, right? So what this really helps you to think about, like, you're like, I need to be posting. I need to be doing different stuff. But you can't be posting and you ain't got an offer. What are you posting about? And so you're trying to be seen. That ain't gonna do that. Okay, and then the content. What is your content? And you want to take the content to use to convert people, right? Not because you're trying. This isn't about selling. This is about what am I called to do? Who are the people that I am called to serve? How do I make sure that I get the information out there in a way that I can find my tribe, I can find my people. I care about folks who are freedom fighters and try to get free, who are doing the work, who want to be able to take the things that you have learned and build your program, build your courses. I care about that. So I'm going to be obsessed with how do I get that out there? How do I find you? How do I deliver this in a way? So it's not just about like, let me say this cute. Let me put this up here so people can pick me. No, that's not what I'm about. I want you to understand. Then I want you to be converted so I can get you to live your best life. An influencer is a recognition like, your website is popping, you getting on a podcast, you speaking engagement, blog posts, paid ads. You don't need to be spending money on no ads and you ain't got no offer and you ain't made no money. So why spend that money, right? You do that later. And then a brand, that's when you are like, bam, you scaling, you're doing posts to generate income from Instagram. You're doing all kinds of stuff, but first you want to just start where you are. So I'm going to check in now with some of my coaching clients about, we just got finished going over this. And I just want to hear what some things that came up for them. So who want to say something? Jump on in. What y'all thinking? They trying to act shy. They are not shy, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you. I ain't putting them on camera. I'm not gonna put them on blast, but they are gonna have to speak up.
Well, I can go.
Can you speak up a little louder?
Yes.
Okay.
I really feel that I'm still at the hobbyist phase.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's great. That's fine.
because I'm focused on getting something published myself. I think I shared that with you. That I was like, can I be a writing coach even though I don't have anything published?
Yep.
But I still am walking in the reassurance that people will still see my credentials and be able to trust that.
Yeah.
And but I do want to have something tangible, like your book. For me, I'm just trying to model everything you're doing, like having that book, something tangible, something concrete.
Yep. And this is year what for me though? Do y'all know? Year 5. This is year 5. I'm ending year 5. Okay. And so my book is just coming out. It's coming out tomorrow. As I said, I'm not unclear. It's not going to be thousands of people in my book launch. It's probably be about 40. Let's just be clear, right? No, but what I mean, but what I'm saying is though, you can have a over blown up sense of who you are and where you're going. It doesn't mean I'm getting money. Don't get me confused. My stuff is, I'm doing my stuff, but do you understand what I'm saying? And I guess I'll have a question since you guys know me, which one of these hobbyist, professional, influencer, or brand do you think that, where do you think I am on this pyramid?
I would put you at a professional.
Professional? Yep,
Yes.
say more. Why? Because professional, yep.
So you have a following. You have already had results with your courses.
Yep.
You have earned a particular amount from your virtual courses and in person. So that's where I would put you.
Yeah. Anybody else? Thank you.
I feel like you're making a shift to influencer though. With the publishing of the book, that's a whole nother level of professionalism. So I think that you're moving from professional into influencer, and then your public speaking engagements, I think your following is getting larger. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're moving from professional into influencer, like you're there.
Adrian?
I was gonna say the same because of the speaking engagements. I know she has like podcasts, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like you could do a podcast if you wanted to.
But you've done some radio, yeah?
Yeah, I've done some radio. But here's the thing. Then the reason why I wanted you all to say that is that where I would say, I think you're exactly right. I think I am at the professional making that shift, the shift into the influencer. But I'm at the very tip of the iceberg. This is new. That's 2019, right? So the book is moved. Yes, I do speaking. Now people are starting to reach out to me, ask me to be a guest on podcasts, right? I'm not great. I don't have my own podcast, but people are like, will you be a guest? I get more people or calling or sending in, can you speak here? Will you come and do this? Can you, even my like self-care Sundays, will I do this appearance every month? Because they're like, that's a draw for our business if people know you're going to be here, that kind of a thing. Yeah. But that's new, right? Okay. So I want you to know, so where I would say for this is my 5th year, I would say my first 3 years, I was a hobbyist. My first year and a half, I was a hobbyist. Now, here's the thing. I did not have the information that I am giving you. So you won't need to stay at that level as long as I did, right? But it was a good level for me to be at. A hobbyist is the bomb because that's where you're getting your skill. You're trying things out. So it's not like none of these are bad. It's more about, let me stay in my lane and get that down. Because the hobbyist's main job is to get what? to get results. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean that as a hobbyist, you're not getting paid. We want to get paid, right? But the way you're going to get paid is by getting results. And you want to make sure that you understand what are the activities that I should be doing when I'm at that level. So an example was like, so if you're a hobbyist, you don't want to be spending all your time in tech. You don't want to be spending all your time on the website. You don't want to be, that's not a good use of your time. What you want to do is my program solid? Can I get some people into my program? You know, my coach would say butts and seats. And I say, what do I say? Seats on the plane, you know, because we were trying to fly off. We're trying to get there. And so what do you have to do to make that happen? And you're also getting people going so you can learn, like, am I getting the results they want? And you want to see, do I really love this? Are these the clients that I really want to work with? Is this what I want to really spend my time on? And remember, we started earlier this morning talking about amateur, right? Versus getting to professional. It's still the same thing, getting to a pro. So our next level is going to be pro. But and what about the rest of you guys? Where are you feeling about where you are? What kind of activities? Are there any specific activities that you feel like, or anything you learned just from what we just went over that might be useful for this, for the folks who are going to be checking this out later?
So in my particular case, for my business, I feel like I've been a hobbyist my entire life. And so making a transition to monetizing that hobby got me on the cusp of being professional.
Yeah. And do you have a sense of what you feel like that you have to do to move?
Yeah, so I've got my offer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the offer is tight.
Yep.
I've got a price assigned to it.
Yeah.
And I think that my culture ad and the offer is going to resonate with people.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm sort of like, you know, the proof is going to be the response that I get.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like ready to get to market and see what happens.
Right.
And work with some of these phone calls and talking to potential clients.
Right.
And not maybe just, you know, mom or cousin who's going to be like, oh girl, that's a great idea.
Right.
No,
right,
I want to really talk to some clients who are going to pay me that money.
Yeah.
So for the offer.
Right. So just to be clear, so we got this client, Ray, has an offer that's coming out that is a travel, you know, she's in the travel industry. And so her stuff is tight. We're at the point, though, of saying, so she can test it. Here's what she's thinking. So then we're going to be moving on to say, let's actually talk to some real people and see what they think of what she has in her offer, if those are things that make sense. So then she's not spending all this time, all this money developing this thing, but hasn't talked to anybody to see if what they want is really what she has in her offer, right? So if y'all remember early on, I think it was like maybe in module 2, when I was like, what people want, we want people who are already at the grocery store, right? We want the folks who are already there. And again, they're not trying to build a salad with all of the stuff. They like, can you just give me the package that got all the stuff in it? That's what they want. We want to make sure now, if my clients don't like, they don't, you know, they gluten intolerant, they don't want no, what do you call them things? Croutons in their salad. Mm-hmm. So they, you know, they dairy free. A Caesar salad packet ain't gonna do it for them, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a package, but is it the right package, right? They might be like, just give me the pure vegetables. I don't want nothing else in there, right? So that's what you want to kind of make the distinction between. And you're at that point to see, like, do I have the right things so I can get to the market, right? Anything come up for you?
I think for me, it's more about honing in and making the commitment to a particular, so coaching and conflict resolution are two things that I feel like I'm good at. And so with the coaching piece, when you think about a product, that's been kind of my hang up.
Yeah.
You know, so I can think of coaching in terms of radical self-care, you know, thinking about getting unstuck, making the changes in your life. So that's, so it's really trying to narrow the focus.
Yep.
So the packaging is what's actually difficult when we've been talking through this.
Yep.
It's become more and more apparent that I'm trying to do too much. So I have to kind of figure out where is the piece that I need to focus in on. I mean, my culture ad, I think there is a market there.
Yeah. And what's your culture ad?
So South Asians.
Yeah. So the South Asian cousins. Yes. Okay. Because nobody's really there's not really much in the market. You're not seeing things that focus or people are focusing on the South Asian cousins. So so you know who your ideal audience is, but then we got to narrow down. You know, and you've done some of that work, but then we're going to go through and look at like what stage of life are they in? What are the things because you're thinking a lot about your delivery, but you're not thinking about the outcome. What is it that you want that particular group to experience, to do? Because you're thinking about the South Asian cousins, and we need you to think about who of those South Asian cousins do you want to concentrate? And it feels, that's hard because it's like, I don't want to be narrow. I don't want to, maybe I should be doing this stuff for all of these people, but it actually is an advantage. It's an advantage. It doesn't feel like that, but what will happen is as you concentrate on the folks who you want to concentrate, and again, y'all, this is what I didn't say. This is really important. We made a shift. So those of you who did not get to be at the boot camp, or people, those of you who are going to be, on my course at a later time, you're watching the video, but we'll talk about it when we jump on calls. I changed the name. It is OMP, the Orange Method, your Orange Method. I know it's not program. I have to go back. It's Orange Method Pilot. I want this to be a pilot. This is not your full program. That's my shift. I knew it was almost like it's not program. It's pilot. So what we're doing is we're shifting so you can get to market. And I only want you to have 3, no more than, I know like Ray, you gotta have like at least 6, I think. But for the most part, we talking about 3 to 6 people. That's it. That is it. That is all we're trying to do. We're piloting because this is your rough draft. So I got a writer in the room, right? You can't just go and write a novel first, or even like for your students who are doing a paper, they got a paper that needs to be done at the end of the semester. You're going to turn in, we got 12 weeks in the semester, and on week 2, you giving me your end of the semester paper? No, I need a rough draft.
That's a huge shift.
That's a huge
shift.
I knew it was something. That's it.
That makes it click. That you don't have to wait for it to be perfect.
No. And now that's actually presumptive for us to do that, right? And I feel like that part of what I learned from some of my coaches, they kept saying like, get out there. But what I didn't hear clearly, except for like my coach, Danielle Leslie, she talks about most viable course. And she does it as like, just get out there first to see what you need. But a lot of people, it's like, you feel like, I got to create this thing that's going to be my favorite. This is a pilot. This is a rough draft. Let us get 3 to 6 people, try it out for a variety of reasons. Do you really even like this? Do you, and we're going to do it short. This should be 4 to 6 weeks. Only, not 12 weeks.
I was thinking 8.
Nope, too long. Not for your pilot.
Oh, okay.
You go through the pilot quickly, and those same people you can continue if you want, but you can bring in, you just testing some stuff out, and you get them in. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's going to get you to market much quicker. This is huge. Orange Method pilot. This is just the pilot, y'all. We seeing, because then we can shift if it doesn't work. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay, so that's the major thing. So our learning is that likely if you're in this course, you're likely a hobbyist. Because my job, what I'm called to do is to help people see, you're the bomb, you have skills, you can monetize that. Here's a way to be able to do that and get free. We get to have a strategy. Most people are currently working, and to show you how to be entrepreneurial even when you are working for somebody else. And you can be able to use and utilize and position yourself differently in your job, not because you're trying to stay there, because that's not a good use, but it's more like, well, they paying me every day. It's like you getting paid to be at a conference. Well, just go there and be like, what session am I doing today? And they're paying you. You can always learn as you're doing stuff. You ain't got to just like suffer through it while you're there. What can I learn? What are they doing? Oh, what kind of process do they have there? That's something I might be able to use. Let me, maybe there's a professional development thing or something that's happening at work. Maybe I'm going to offer a 2-hour writing class. A free 2-hour writing class. Okay. You can try out some prompts, do some stuff, record that. That's your and you done got paid to do that at work. So you can shift and think about, oh, you know what? I want to have, you got people at your job, I'm going to host this little thing. I'm just interested in what are different places that people like to go to travel. Y'all, I'm going to do a lunch and learn. And just kiki with them. And find out what that is. You had a bunch of South Asians on your campus. Host a little thing. Get some business. Do a little. What are y'all struggling with? Do a focus group. Your job is paying you for you to collect your information, right? What were you gonna say?
Well, I just always think about, as a writer all the time, there's something like a work for hire. Like if you write something for them while you work for them, it's their like intellectual property that they keep. So I think I'm worried about the same thing with recording, like doing a professional development around writing and healing, and then recording it and them saying, well, you did it for our professional development. So it was like a work for hire, so it technically belongs to.
First of all, they ain't even that organized. Number one. So let's just stop giving these institutions credit.
Right.
They're not that organized. They don't actually care. They're not really paying attention to you. I'm not trying to be funny. Like our egos will tell us that, they're not paying attention to you. So, and they definitely ain't up on no technology. So they're really not paying attention. You can be sitting there and you're like, and I ain't talking about recording. You see how I'm recording this right now? Who is this on? This is on me. I'm going to need to go back to this later for my own notes. So, you don't have to, you can do a wave or whatever, but you just, and do it with your students. It doesn't matter. You're teaching a prompt. You're teaching something. And then later on,